Hi everyone, this is Mrs. McGee, and I love math. It's okay if you don't love math. I love it enough for all of us, and I'm here to help you understand it better. Let's get started. Today we're going to solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Before you start, make sure that you have your quadratic in standard form. ax squared plus bx plus c. And it equals 0 because this is the solution of the parabola. This is where it touches the x-axis. So the y-coordinate is 0 when we're doing the x-intercepts. I'm going to show you the a, the b, the c. So the a is in front of the x squared, the b is in front of the x, and the c is the constant. Make sure that you take the sign with it when it's negative. That is a negative 5. So I'm going to write that out for us here. A is 1/2, B is 4, C is negative 5. If you write it out, that way you have pulled it out of the equation and you can now use it into the formula. So our quadratic formula, x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I'm going to start plugging in now, being very careful of any signs. So x is the opposite of b. I say opposite of b so that you will change the sign of whatever b is. If you say negative b, your brain may be tricked into keeping a negative that's already there. But opposite means that whatever b is, you change the sign. So if b is positive 4, opposite of b is negative 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared. 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. Now we're going to simplify. I'm going to do everything inside of the square root. B squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant. And the discriminant tells us how many answers we will have, how many solutions. A parabola doesn't have to have any solutions. It may never touch the x-axis. But if the discriminant is positive, it will have 2 answers. So I'm going to keep going here, and I'm going to do negative 4 times 1/2 is 2, and 2 times 5 is 10. The negative times negative is a positive. Be very careful of the signs here. If this discriminant equals a negative number, then you know there are no solutions because you can't have a square root of a negative number and get a real answer. So if the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, is negative, you stop and write no solutions. If it's positive, like it is in this case, we're going to have 2 answers. This parabola will touch the x-axis at 2 places. If the discriminant equals 0, that means you don't need to take the square root and separate plus minus, and there would be only 1 answer. But we have a positive, so we will have 2 answers. 2 times 1/2 is 1. You don't really need that 1, but I'm going to leave it there because I want you to follow through this formula so you don't forever forget that denominator. We have to do everything in the numerator, and then we'll divide by the denominator. In this case, it's just dividing by 1, so it won't change anything. This is going to be negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 26. And now I'm going to take the square root of 26, which is 5.10. I'm going to round to the hundredths place to make it a little bit more accurate. And I'm going to separate the plus minus. That's how we're going to get our 2 answers. X is equal to negative 4 plus 5.10, that's the square root of 26, over 1. And x is equal to negative 4 minus 5.10. Just a moment, let me fix that there. Over 1. Now, if the denominator was not 1, we'd have to do the numerator and then divide. But in this case, we can just do the numerator. 5.10 minus 4 gives me 1.10, but I'm just going to put 1.1, round it to the tenths place. And then negative 4 minus 5.10 is going to give me negative 9.1. Divided by 1 is just 1. So this parabola has two solutions. It will cross the x-axis at 1.1 and negative 9.1. Thank you for watching the video. If this was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.